everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial, and today we are painting the all-new Celestian Insidiants. Yes, the new Adepta Sororitas kill team that comes to me as part of the Kill Team Shadowhunt box that Games Workshop very kindly sent me early to build up and paint with all of you, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing today. So, we'll be painting them up as Order of our Martyred Lady, as I figured this was a good time to update our recipe for that, or at least provide you another option for painting Order of our Martyred Lady. And this is the box art equivalent. This is the all black Sisters of Battle. And well, that's what we're going to jump in and we're going to start doing. So they've all been primed in grey here, and well, we're mostly going to focus on the I guess you'd call her a canoness, the leader, the sergeant, the champion, but we will of course point out the things that we need to, such as the shield here and the wood over there, as and when we get to it. So the colour we're going to be using first is Baal Red. I know I said they were all black, but we are going to be starting off with Baal Red because, well, it's just easier to do the Baal Red first than it is to do the Black Legion first, because we can do the Black Legion over the top of the Baal Red, as it were. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to start, like I said, with the Baal Red. And the Baal Red is going to be on the inside of all of the cloaks. But for our canoness / leader, we're also going to be applying it over this tiny little bit of cloth here. And the inside of the inner sleeve, which none of the rest of them have. There we go. Just get this finished, and then, as mentioned, we are going to be applying this over top of the inside of all of their clothes. Because they're quite, not cramped, but sort of, well, let's just go with it, because they're a bit cramped as models. Means getting in and around the armor legs with the Baal Red. It's going to be a little bit annoying to do. So we're going to do this over the top of the inside of this bit here. But, for example, I'm just going to be applying this Baal Red over the top of the inside like this sort of thing. We can almost just kind of be a little bit messy here, because we are going to be going over the rest of the armor with black. As I said, it's going to cover it up nicely. And the rule of thumb, as always, is if you can see it, you can get to it. Which is why we do it in this order first. If you can't see it, you can't get to it. So with that all done, we're now Going to take some Black Legion. And we're going to apply this over the vast majority of the model. So we're going for the outside of all of the cloth. And we're going for all of the power armor. But we're not going to apply this over the top of the gloves or over the top of the corset. I'm going to go for a slightly different black. For those. So with all of that Black Legion applied, we're then going to take some Black Templar and we're going to apply this over the top of the corsets and the gloves. With all that Black Templar applied, we're then going to take some Gore-Grunta Fur. We're going to apply this over top of all the remaining leather, such as these belts and straps and pouches. And with that Gore-Grunta Fur all applied, we then take some Skeleton Horde. I'm going to apply this over top of all the parchment. With all that Skeleton Horde applied, we then take some Wyldwood and we apply this over top of the wood. And with that Wyldwood all applied, we then take some Sigvald Burgundy. We're going to apply this over top of the candles and over the top of the wax seals on all of our parchmenty bits. And of course, with that all done, what we're now going to do is going to take some Guilliman Flesh. I'm going to apply that over the top of their faces. And so with that all done, we now need to apply the metallics. And we're going to start off with some thinned down Iron Warriors. Now we are going to be applying this over the top of the vast majority of the remaining details. So it's anything mechanical or indeed anything that's sort of got jewellery hanging from it or grenades or weapons and things like that. The best thing to do, of course, here is to take a look at the box art. And it'll tell you where the vast majority of the silver goes. And with all of that Iron Warriors applied, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour, and barring any white details, such as their face plates and the equilas on their shoulders and the fleur-de-lis on their knees, we're going to apply this over top of all of our remaining details. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to add some shades, and the first of these is going to be some Agrax Earthshade. And we're going to apply this over top of the casings of any guns, just like this sort of thing. But what we're also going to do is we're going to apply this over the top of the Black Templar and the Wyldwood. And there's one more area, which is going to be to do a little bit of recess shading on the red. And this is because the red is pretty much the perfect tone. However, there are a couple, and there are not many, kind of visible recesses. So we've got things like these, the buttonholes, and just on our superior, got a couple of little recesses just here on this bit of cloth. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Nuln Oil, and we're going to apply this over top of all of the black, all of the silver, and all of the white. And so with all that silver done, we're then going to take some Reikland Fleshshade, and we're going to apply this over top of all the gold. So with that all done, our sisters are now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready. They're looking pretty good, but we're going to take them to the next level now. We're going to do this by adding some highlights. Now, first of these highlights is going to be some thinned down Dawnstone. And we're going to be using this to highlight all of the black cloth. Just the cloth, and not the armour. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Administratum Grey. I'm going to use this to add a little spot highlight to the sharpest little corners and edges in all that cloth. So with all of that black cloth now highlighted, what we're going to do is work on the black armour. And we're going to take some thinned down Thunderhawk Blue to do exactly that. So with all that Thunderhawk Blue applied, we then take some thinned down Fenrisian Grey, and we use this to add some little spot highlights to all that black armour. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Wild Rider Red. I'm going to use this to highlight all the red. So with that all done, our next colour is going to be some thinned down pink horror. We're going to use this over the top of the purity seals and candles. Next up, we're going to take some thinned down Corax White. I'm going to use this to relayer any big white details and highlight any small ones. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down white scar. And we're going to use this to do, well, two things. Firstly, I'm going to use this to highlight and pick out any rivets on things like the helmet. So that sort of thing. However, the other thing we're going to do with it is any rosary beads we're going to pick out. And with all that white scar applied, we're then going to take some Blood Angel's Red. We're going to apply this over the top of the eye lenses. So with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Flayed One Flesh. I'm going to use this to highlight the faces. And as ever, what we're going to do is take a tiny little bit of Black Legion. We're going to apply this over the top of their eyeballs. And with that all done, we're then going to take a teensy tiny little dot of Screaming Skull. We're going to apply this in the corners of the eyeballs. And we're going to use this to pick out her teeth and then also highlight all of the parchment. And so with that all done, it's now time to engage in some light metallic highlighting. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take some thinned down Ironbreaker. We use this to highlight all the silver. And of course, with all of that silver highlighted, what we then do is we take some thinned down Liberator Gold. We use this to highlight all the gold. And finally, to finish off our sisters, we're going to take a little bit of Blood Angel's Red. And we're going to apply this over top of this little computer screen on their backpacks. Like that. And there we have it, a fully updated Order of our Martyred Lady paint scheme using Contrast Wave 2. We haven't had an opportunity to do it since the second wave of contrast paints came up, but I knew Black Legion would be in there somewhere, as it is for most models that we do these days. And I really like how it comes out. It's not too far away from our old recipe, so both are still valid. You can do it exactly the way that you want. But I really like this one. It was very, very, very quick to do. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.